What's up, everybody? Eternal God Possibilities here to continue What If Asta and Yuno obtained the soul leveling system. Now, I'm sorry for not uploading this the promised time I did, but I lost track of time doing something else. And to make up for that, I'm doing this extremely early. Well, recording and uploading this extremely early. So yeah, in the next day. Now let's get to the recap. Last time we left off, Asta just passed the Magic Knight exam after, he defeated a a noble with some sort of metal magic. I forgot exactly which. Doesn't really matter. Asta defeated him with ease, impressing the captains, but only getting 2 hand raises. Same go. Yuno gets the same as in canon. Asta, he gets the Green Prince as captain hand raise, and Yami, who was curious about him. He chooses Yami, just like in canon, but unlike other what-ifers, they don't question it, and Asta completely surpasses Magna's expectations during the tests. And that's it. We start our story off with later that night with Magna showing Asta to his new living quarters within the Black Bolt's hideout, with Asta excited that he gets his very own room for the first time in his life, actually. But yeah, Magna leads him to his devices, with Asta laying down on his back on the bed. As he's doing that, Nero comes in for the window, open window, trying to make a nest. As that's happening, Asta sits up and starts to fiddle with the leveling system, which then he flashbacks to about a few minutes before him and Yuno left to their new their new squad, with Yuno saying that they should hide the knowledge of this leveling system. Which we see Asta asking, somewhat actually knowing why, thinking Yuno's right, but he does comment saying there's a chance something new may happen, thinking that something new may pop up with the system that may prevent us from hiding it, which Yuno does take this into consideration, but he says if that does happen, we'll worry about it when we get there, or something like that. So yeah, that's the end of the flashback, and with us done looking through it, and that just takes a breather that just goes to bed. But next morning, he wakes up he just like in canon, wakes up, opens the door, sees a pillar in front of his door, which wasn't there before. Then he runs into Magna asking, then Magna telling him the Black Bull's hideout shifts around a lot. So yeah. Gives him a tour around the Black Bull's hideout, with the dining hall, the magic beast cage, which when they get there, the magic beast tried to attack Asta, but he proves more difficult than Can and Asta, which he pries open their mouth, grabs their sharp teeth, holding him back before they actually chomped on his face. Tried to, at least. With Asta, which Magna mentioning how strong he is for someone who doesn't even have magic, remarks. So yeah. Which also was trying to hold back and not break off the Yami's magic beasts, break their teeth while trying to restrain them from attacking him a little bit. So yeah, after the get done with the tour, they run into Noelle, who their interactions goes exactly as in canon, but well, yeah, it just goes the same as in canon. After that, Asta is given the task of cleaning the Black Bull's hideout, which he finishes early, and after that he leaves the hideout to do his daily quests, the workout schedule, doing a bunch of push-ups, sit-ups, and all that. He does it twice, but then when he gets to the run, he does the everything, doubles everything, and when he gets to the last thing, which is the 10-something kilometer run, I think, which he does at 20, but before he could finish it, or at least double it, he hears Noelle training, which he sneaks, he hears some noise, which is Noelle trying to practice her magic. He sees this and thinking, which he thinks right away that she had not. He noticed it earlier when he tried to attack him, but hit Magna instead, thinking that she doesn't have control of her magic or something. Asa doesn't have any magic and can't really sense it at all, so he can't really know for sure, but he is a little smarter than Canon Asa, thanks to the system altering his intelligence, pretty much. Increasing his intelligence, though it's not as high as Yuno's, but yeah. Asta thinks, as he's about to leave, he accidentally steps on a twig, alerting Noelle to his presence, which she then freaks out as in canon, with her going into that huge water magic bubble thing, which starts to destroy the surrounding area, with her trapped in it. Asta freaks out and tries to run for it, which he does, and while doing so, he completes the daily quests, and he doesn't really worry about the reward right now, since he's running for Noelle, which he rides at the Black Bull's hideout, which also grabbed the attention of the other squad members. Yeah, also explains what's happening, that Noelle's lost control for magic or something, and asks how are we going to stop it? Well, he says we need to help her. Yami comments asking Finral if he could do something, which he flat out denies, saying he can't get her out of there. That he can't get her out of there. Which then Yami says, "Kid, use your sword for this." Which he's about to grab Asta, but then Asta says, freaks out, telling him, wait. With him actually being a little smarter than this, he asks Finral to make a portal above above the giant water spear. Instead of throwing Asta, he just passed through the spatial portal above it so he can destroy it without being thrown at it. Since Asta's actually taller than this, is same height as Yuno pretty much, and looks as well. Well, he still has, well, pretty much he just looks, well, taller. Same height as Yuno, but Yuno's a few inches taller than his original canon. So yeah, it wouldn't look right for Yami throwing a Yuno size Asta. You know what I mean. Yami agrees, but he thinks, why didn't he think of that? Which Finro obliges and opens a portal above the giant rampaging water spear, which Asta falls straight towards it, pulling out his Demon Slayer sword and slices through it, dispelling it. Which, as he's falling, he catches an unconscious Noelle as he yells for someone to catch them, which right before Charmy could use her cotton magic, Asta thinks that using actually he just sees this and just lets the cotton catch them, which after landing, Noelle wakes up thinking that she's going to get berated by them, just like she did by her, well, family. Which Asta comments saying, "You have some amazing magic power." Pretty much goes as in canon, which he says he doesn't have any, and yada yada yada. After that, we time skip next day or two with Asta asking asking Yami on what kind when does he get a job a request from the get a job request or something. Forgot exactly what they called. What was the... So yeah. But Yami says, Asta knowing a little more, somewhat knows a little more with spending more time with Yuno and ask him see if he knew exactly what his Magic Knight does, which Yuno did know, and because he is somewhat, you know what I mean. No. But yeah. He gives the same explanation as in Yami gives the same explanation as in canon, which then we see Captain Yami and Magna leaving to go gamble their money away. Asta thinking, but with leaving Asta thinking that maybe it is a good idea that I should keep the system, the knowledge of the system for now, at least the longer the better. Thinking that Yami probably want to have some share of the gold so he can gamble it away. Which he asks around the Black Bolt's hideout, which they tell him that they always lose everything, especially if they're going against the chief of Saucy Village. So yeah. Later on, Asta's feeding the magic beasts, which Noelle comments saying, "You're having better luck handling them than me." Which Asta probably grabs them before they actually bite onto him, which he just opens their mouth extremely wide and throws in their dinner while it's open. So yeah, which then Magna and Yami appear with just their Black Bull's robes and grimoire, nothing else, which Noelle freaks out. Well, both Noelle and Asta freak out, with Noelle shutting her eyes, not wanting to see that. With Asta yelling, "What is wrong with you?" Which Yami says that he has them a job, which is payment for losing to the chief of Sashi Village. They have to do a job for him for free, pretty much. Taking down some boar. So yeah. Asta somewhat excited, but Noelle isn't. Magna tells both of them to get on. The crazy cyclone, which, just like in canon, Noelle doesn't like it. It looks ugly to her, so yeah. It goes pretty much the same as in canon, but as soon as they get to hunting the boar, Asta takes care of pretty much all the work, which I forgot exactly how many boar he took down in canon, which in this he gains the same thanks to his passive skill Power of Dominance, his Dark Lord job skill, which is a passive skill. Power of Dominance allows him to absorb and control the souls of creatures that he kills. With each and every soul he absorbs, he gains a random permanent stat boost to his stats, which we demonstrated last part with Asta giving the final blow to Cerberus at the entrance to the demon castle, with Asta gaining a 100 point boost to his strength, permanent boost to his strength, which for each boar he gains about 10 points to his strength, which boars and their natural physical trait is mostly, well, especially these magic flaming boars, most likely be strength. Strength. So yeah, he gets even more, muscle. So yeah, with Asta literally carrying them all, with Magna and Noelle somewhat shocked and curious at the same time, with Magna saying, "Asta, you're a real man, or something like that." Asta scratched the back of his head, carrying pretty much most of the boar, with Magna carrying one on the crazy cyclone. So yeah, they reached Sashi Village, but thanks to Asta, they were able to defeat the boar faster than canon. When they try to arrive at Sashi Village, they see that a barrier or mist starts to form around it, which without even telling Asta, he cuts right through it. Mist, knowing that he can destroy magic with mist, and right as before that, when they arrived at the mist barrier, also got a notification saying emergency quests. Must kill all rogue mages that show intent to kill all witnesses, including the player. which Asta somewhat shocked that he has to kill every one of them, though it does say if they escape, but it also says that quests most never mind, just forget that part. But yeah, he has to kill all of them. Asta somewhat freaks out, internally freaks out, as they're cutting through the mist, which they then reach the center of the village, seeing the rogue mages. Asta tries to see if he can find a way, but the system then pulls up a timer saying that he has a certain amount of time before, if he doesn't complete this quest, that if he doesn't complete the quest before the timer runs out, his heart would stop. Which then another icon pops up saying if you're unable to kill all of them for one of them, which the only reason would be if the only reason pops up saying if you are unable to kill all of them by time runs out. If one of the enemies retreats, or one or some of them retreats before time runs out, the heart stopping will be cancelled, or something like that. So yeah, Asta's somewhat relieved, but he still thinks he can't really let them leave on their own. He can't really let them escape. So he's forced to try to kill, but he's trying to find more ways out of it. As Magna stops the ice shards from attacking the villagers, and, well, mostly the ice shard that would have fatally wounded the village chief, which they did get there earlier than canon, a little bit. Killing the boars faster, so yeah. Magna, they have the same interactions, pretty much. Noelle gets scared and thinks that she's going to die, but then the little girl grabs her, asks if Miss Magic Knight Lady was going to save them, which motivates her in creating, getting a new spell in her grimoire, creating Sea Dragon's lair, or whatever that first spell was called, Sea Dragon's lair or cradle, I forget which, or if they're the same. So yeah, Asa thinks this is amazing, that he can focus on fighting them, but he does say to Magna that, sorry Magna, but I have no choice. Magna tries to ask, what do you mean? Asa goes somewhat all out, blitzing the rogue mages, using the demon slayer sword and the second night killing sword, though it doesn't really affect the rogue mages really, but it is a good tool it still would cause damage to anyone. So he goes dual wield mode and slice through, cutting most of the rogue mages in half, or just cutting open their chests, with blood splattering going everywhere. Magna is somewhat horrified, but also angry, thinking, why is he not trying to capture them? Which surprises the rogue mages and their somewhat leader, the one in charge of this group, thinking, why? Freaking out, thinking that this guy's trying to kill us. Is trying to kill us. But then, before any of them try to escape, well, Asta kills the guy with the pocket watch, but the one guy who does escape, as from in canon, when that guy tries to escape, Asta just appears and kills them. appears right behind him before he can get away and kills them. Which then the emergency quest says quest complete. That he's given an option to, but then he a notification saying for killing his first human he gains blood. The same skill Song Jae-woo got when he first killed a person, which was bloodlust. So yeah, it's an active skill. I forgot. I have to write it down later, but yeah. Asta is somewhat happy he got a new skill, but wary that he got that skill. Which then he sees they get a 10-point boost to, 10-point stat points he could gain. He clicks on that icon for the rewards for the emergency quest, but then he checks his inventory saying that he got a couple of things from, he got about at least 3 things from these guys. Which, when he looks at it, he sees a magic item that prevents that when used, the user targets and the user itself self-destructs, turning into pure, disintegrating into ice, pretty much self-destructing. Also thinking that doesn't matter if he didn't kill him or not, these guys were gonna die, do a suicide pact thing either way. Which then he sees the other 2 items that he got. One which both shocks Asta somewhat. Extremely much so. Being 2 skill stones. One saying Mist Magic and the other Ice Magic. Asta somewhat stays quiet about this, but then right before he can think any further, Magna gets ready to attack, fire a spell at Asta, but before he does, he questions him, saying, "Why did you go and slaughter them all?" Well, Asta thinks that he has no choice but to tell Magna and his captain now, thinking that he thought he could keep this to himself a lot longer than this. With Asta telling Magna they'll explain after they, help settle the villagers down, or pretty much help clean this mess up. Magna somewhat agrees, but he begrudgingly does so. After getting everyone some treatment, with the chief of Saucy Village somewhat wounded, but he wasn't fatally wounded like in canon. Asta, after everything settled down, and cleaning up the somewhat massacre Asta did, Magna confronts him saying, "Okay, spill, why did you kill him?" Asta explains that, gives him the entire backstory on how him and his childhood rival named Yuno stumble upon what they think it was a dungeon under the Demon Skull, which was near Hodge Village. Which they stumbled upon 2 months early, prior to when they were about to head to the Magic Knight Magic Knight exam. So he explains that when they found this dungeon, when they stumble upon this dungeon right at the end, they were about to die, but both of them passed out, with them having this strange system right here, which he explains it's pretty much like Magna understands the concept of a role-playing game, pen paper wise, make-believe fantasy games, which I assume they do have those in, would understand what those are. Magna thinks so. You in this comment saying that you and your rival obtained this weird leveling system magic, which you don't even have magic, and it's able to alter your entire being like a game or something. Asta says exactly. And it turns out he's learning new things about it every single day. Him and Yuno, they're learning new things about it almost every single day. Though he just learned a new thing, that he gets emergency quests if someone has true killing intent towards him, and that has true killing intent towards him and people and other people around him, I'm guessing. Because the system knew, most likely knew, that he would try to save the villagers, which would inevitably make draw in their killing intent towards them to him. So yeah, Magnus somewhat understands, and yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. So I hope everyone who watched this video likes, comment, and subscribes to my channel. And I was hoping to get a little further than that, but I rambled on too much about things that happen just like in canon. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. The next video will be uploaded sometime tomorrow, maybe, which will be maybe the stopping point of where the last video for now, for what if Asta was trained by Goku. Most likely my stopping point, but that's a maybe. And along with the next part, a continuation of, well, what if Deku was the descendant of Shishomaru. So yeah, get ready for, well, get excited for that. Hope you guys like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and tell me what you think down in the comments. So yeah, bye.